Hello, hello. Today we're going to be playing some Dead Cells because I purchased it recently and it's the only game I actually want to play ever again until my brain can start thinking about other games. You know how it is. Hopefully everything should run alright. There may be some integration features working. I can't make too many promises on that. I know. So set to live scene. It's not running super well, which I'm hoping doesn't cause any problems. Just let me know if you need the volume swapping up at all. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the game, you play as this little headless prisoner person who repeatedly comes back from the dead every time they die. You're basically journeying through this island, and as you go you collect cells, blueprints and items. You use cells to unlock blueprints basically, so you get more items you can use in each run. Get some random starting is not the best, but I like that I can set things on fire. And you pretty much do a run until you die. And then you just keep trying until you win. The furthest I've got so far is the palace. And I'm not entirely sure how much further I have to go. So you get access to a lot of different weapons and items, and you just kind of choose whatever fits your playstyle best. So I generally use a lot of the purple items, which are tactics items, because it lets me be a coward. So I don't have to face all the enemies head on. So with these power skulls I can choose to get bonus damage. Yeah, it's a roguelite. I guess roguelite, because there is like a lot of you do make progress with each run, even if it's just being able to put some cells towards getting a new item. Like, I think the inspiration for this was, what if Dark Souls was a roguelite? So enemies with shields, pretty much you've got to hit them from the back. Or you can use whip weapons which ignore shields, but they will pull the enemy closer towards you, usually. The other option is just to keep dodging behind, which works best earlier on. And because I did that first level really fast, we get to go to a bonus room, and we get 20 cells. And we get to pick one of these items, so when they're like locked together like this, it means you get to pick one, the other two will vanish. I am gonna take the magnetic grenade, which will, you can only use them so often, but they'll do shock damage. It would have went through the door. do shock damage on any enemies who get hit with it, and it will also get pulled towards them. So if you're trying to avoid getting hit, it can be quite useful. This creepy person is the collector, and you give them the cells and they will unlock items and upgrades for you, as well as outfits. Hang on. Oh, I had a new outfit, I forgot to put it on. So yeah, you can get the Hev suit, which is fun, HEV suit, I guess. As well as mutations, which I recommend. It's very fun. So I think I'm gonna start putting points towards Predator, because being invisible for like a second can be very useful. One of the items you can get is it's like an amulet of invisibility, which means if you don't attack them for 10 seconds you're invisible, and you can basically just avoid a lot of enemies just by having that and running. I always find mutations difficult at the start because I don't really know what I'm playing. I go for Tranquility because I've got the bow, which I like. Oh, so healing wise, you have your potions, and when you start out you only have the one, but I've got it upgraded so you have 4 potions that I can use, and you refill them at the end of each level. So if you use your 4 potions in level, they're gone, but you can also find food which will heal a certain amount of things. I think I've currently got it set to vegetarian, so I'm just finding like carrots and radishes everywhere, but there's other options, like you can have monster food. There's one which was Half-Life, which gives you like med kits instead of food. So you can also stun enemies, and that's mostly done either by doing these downward smash attacks or by breaking doors. These are when things drop bombs when they die, which is very annoying. It doesn't want to let me throw a grenade. I think these sort of candles indicate that you can see there's a timer down in the bottom right. That'll pause those, and I think it's just kind of a, hey, here's some lore. And so far I haven't got a lot of lore for the game. I suspect there's like big twists that I just don't know about. Also, the green ward here is poisonous, and you do not want to be touching it. Really need to get myself a better close range weapon. Stay here. Okay, kind of fucked up there, but that's okay, I can just take a potion. And you can also find money items which will let you purchase new weapons at the shops, which is, I tend not to be able to afford them very often. I already have that. So yeah, while these are both the same item, they have different sort of modifiers. So the one I currently has does more damage to a bleeding target and victims burn when they die. Some also does the damage to a bleeding target and it shoots a volley of arrows. I think I'm going to take that. So at the moment, if I want things to burn, I'm carrying around a fire stick. Oh, and I got a fire grenade. Is down there going to be a secret or is it going to kill me? It's a secret. One of the items I unlocked quite recently, which I'm hoping to find again, is the explosive crossbow, which is an interesting item because it takes up both of your slots basically. Swap that with memory. The thing I've picked up is an automatic crossbow, so that wasn't the one I meant to send out, but that's fine. Just burn everything. So if I drop that, it'll just shoot. So long as I'm standing close enough to it. And enemies can break it, and they will. So you know I don't have any green items, so I'm going to take the survival just that gives me a good HP boost. And it's kind of a choice if you want to get through levels as quickly as possible or take your time. Because here I've got the points because I did it in faster than 10 minutes. And I'm going to take this. But there's also the other door, which is this one. It's if you can defeat 60 enemies without taking damage. So if I wanted to be really sneaky about it, I could just do a lot of like tactics moves, so shooting from far away, dropping traps, which would make me significantly less likely to take damage. So also a lot of these you can kind of mix and match with your items. So for the one I've got highlighted now, Frenzy, which is your melee attacks give you back a small amount of HP depending on attack damage as long as you have an active speed buff. There's items you can get which will give you a speed buff every time you kill an enemy, so if you've got that you'll have a constant speed buff, meaning you can just keep killing enemies and like getting HP back. And there you have one which will decrease your skill cooldowns by enemies killed without using melee attacks. So as I said, I can use a lot of bows and traps, so traps are always on like a cooldown, so it means I can just use those faster. I'm gonna give Predator a go. I really do want a better melee weapon. Okay, so that's health item fuel stored. I'm moving on to the ramparts. There is a very solid chance at some point in this level I'm just gonna jump down a big hole. Because it's very easy to tell which ones are like safe to jump down and which aren't, but sometimes, like particularly if I'm trying to get out of battle and stuff, it's just like, oh, I'll leap over this ledge to escape and just keep going down. So James' background's filled in, you're safe to jump down. If it's not, you're gonna fall to your death. See, he dropped a carrot, which will restore 15% of my health, but I don't need that. There's also damage over time, so you can burn enemies, you can do shock damage to them, but you can also freeze enemies, which they'll slow down after falling out, which can be quite useful if you just need like another second. And there's also some items which will do more damage to enemies that are slowed down. Don't shoot me. So again, we've got the blue candles, we've stopped here. This is like a little scene they've set up with basically them using the prisoners as live targets. That's gonna do less damage than my current bow, so just get rid of that. So a lot of the particularly early level enemies can't attack you if you're not on the same level as them. So that guy cannot get me up here. Whereas some of ones like the archers can get you from like quite a distance, and there's also various magic users that just can shoot you at any angle, through walls usually. I have not yet found an item that lets me shoot through walls. Okay, so because of the amulet I'm doing poison damage whenever any of them hit me, but I'd still rather not get hit. Yeah, I think that's like the main thing for the game, is like, you don't want to get hit. Okay, it's got an electric whip. This counts as a purple weapon, so any points I've put into tactics will give me extra damage on that. And I'm going to swap that out with my torch, as it won't burn, but it will do shock damage to enemies and will work from like a slightly further distance, as well as just being able to take out shield enemies a bit more easily. So yeah, those guys down there, you can see he can just hit me through the wall, he doesn't care. And I killed that guy before he could, but the guy with like the firearm, what he can do is he can basically shoot fire all across the floor, so he can also get you from quite a distance, which is an ability a boss character uses quite a lot later on. Okay, so we've got shops. So we've got an ice grenade, we've got Mushroom Boy, which gives you a little mushroom friend who will walk around you and basically smack into enemies and knock them as far away. It is a pro tip, and will basically knock them far away, which is quite good if using bows because an end further away and cannot hit you. You can also detonate Mushroom Boys, but I don't like doing that. I can solve that with a fire grenade. You can use these little like sarcophagi to teleport once you've got a certain item. Like one of the permanent upgrade systems in this is called runes, where they'll let you do things like teleport at certain points. One of the ones I have is the spider rune, which lets me sort of cling on to walls a bit and climb up them, which can just make movement a bit faster. Why haven't I summoned them? So yeah, there he is, little mushroom friend. So yeah, he'll just smack him into the stratosphere. It's particularly useful on a level like this where he counts as green items, so if I want to up his damage, I need to boost my survival, but for now I'm going to keep going with tactics, so I've got mostly tactics-based items. And we just took out 30 enemies without getting hit, which is good. Watch me immediately fuck that up. For some enemies you've got to kill 30 without getting hit to unlock the bonus room. For some it's 60. And I can never remember what it is for each one. Oh, sorry, but I didn't mean to detonate you. Okay, so Blackbridge, we've reached our first kind of like boss character. And yeah, let's kill 60 enemies, which we didn't do because we kind of rushed through a bit much. There's also shield items in this game, but I have not got the hang of using them. I don't really enjoy them. There's also a system called the Malaise, which I haven't quite figured out yet. There's a fairly good chance I'm gonna die to this boss. I tend to either get through him like pretty easily or just completely get wrecked. We're gonna have Mushroom Friend with us. We have the Concierge, who can shield, which is unfair. That red thing does damage if he gets too close to you. And he can do that fire across the ground. So hop over here and heal up. Or would if you would leave me alone for like a minute. I found the easiest way to deal with this guy is to bring some of the like wolf trap items with you. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't given expert difficulty a try. It's just not as good. I could swap my electric whip out for Frost Blast, which is quite good because you can freeze enemies and then just kind of like back roll away. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. Thank you for letting me know that, Renamon Love, by the way. This is a good choice of Digimon. And I think that's the first time I've got through it to actually get into this. Ooh, we had a blueprint. Root grenade. And that one's if you can do it without taking damage, which hasn't happened yet. Don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Okay, so that will trap them similar to the bear traps. Oh, that's why it's called rooting, I guess. So what I can also do is give cells to him, so he'll give me a chance now. 15% of my items will be higher quality. Hello. I like this character, Ghislaine, because he's the only person who will actually like chat with you. You've got a pile of corpses. Don't look exactly like me. So here I can either go to the Stilt Village or over to the Slumbering Sanctuary, and I'm going to do the Sanctuary because I just don't like Stilt Village as a level. Even though I think Slumbering Sanctuary is probably a bit harder. So these enemies are really annoying. They sort of, Time Machine Lloyd's gonna kill, but they'll sort of swing down and put a fog effect around, which means you can't see where enemies are. really like the Torbone-like enemies. I haven't really fought them much, but their design is just wonderful. I don't think I really wanted the shot. Oh, hello. Got another shop. Don't any better than. Got an elite enemy here who hits very hard. Yeah, lots of the elites in particular have ways of making themselves invulnerable to your attacks, so I need to take out these like diamonds first and not die. Damn it. So yeah, probably shouldn't have gone up against him. But that's okay, because we just go back to the prisoners' quarters and we can try again. So we get 1,000 gold back. Also here you can see all the stuff I've unlocked. I want to go pay a visit to the stylist. He reminds me of a lot of the guy in Shovel Knight who sells you things, that sort of pose. Yeah, he also has a new outfit. I don't think the outfits do much, but any game that has dress-up mechanics, I have to use them. That out for electric whip. Which does less damage, but jam. That's downwards. Stupid mistake. Oh, there's also bleed as a damage over time. I only have one. Yeah. So, heading into toxic sewers. Slicer. In case you're wondering, you get pretty much the same things for doing it slowly, but I think it's really cool that you get the option of how you want to play it. Yes, it is I. I'm going to keep trying to build up my gold reserves. Okay, neither of those are very helpful. quite like the blood sword. We might go a bit more brutality this time. You missed 30 damage, 30%. 30% of what, sorry? Hey. You can't fight me if I'm standing above you, that's against the rules. Yeah, that'll do more damage to a slowed down target. It's 13 was killed. Damn it. Phew. Got lucky that let me stay with 1 HP, but a little long to lose that streak. Aha. So we just got the barnacle, which you can sort of throw on a ceiling, or I think if there's not a ceiling, it'll float on balloons and just shoot any enemies that pass beneath it. Which can be very useful if you're trying to take something out without getting close enough to get hit. Twin daggers, which are a lot better on DPS. Or the wolf trap. I think I'm taking a twin daggers. This game just really wants to give me some swords. Sword actually burning target, but I don't think so. I'll just take the high DPS for now. What about that HP boost? Okay, so for these guys... Hello, Katie. So these guys, if you hit them... Please stop talking. Then you get a good item, but also... Okay, shh. So yeah, you have to take out 10 enemies without getting hit once, or you're gonna die. Yeah, that might be next Soul's dog. I'm just gonna swap out the Bionicle for light speed. Which lets me do that, basically. Nope, no hitting. Okay, so it cast it. Okay, so that's a cool one. And I think that matches my outfit. Yeah, cool, that's exactly what I wanted to do, thank you. There's also these doors where you can either pay money to get through them or you can break them, which will curse you again. Hell yeah, 60 enemies without taking damage. Actually might just immediately swap that out for the firebrands, which will just sort of... Yeah, I think... Yeah, it is kind of like a slightly gothy Transpride outfit. Defensive bomb, I would like that, thank you. I somehow actually managed to get both of those. Okay, so choices to be made. We get the old sword, and then that'll combine well with the firebrands because we can basically hit them a few times, burn them, and run. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap that. We have so many cells. I'm not used to having this many choices. Okay, so I think I want to go for the ammo because that's going to mesh with a lot of my runs because I tend to be like bow focused. And I think just I'll go towards gold reserves. Okay, so we'll kind of go our plans of killing things quickly and with fire. So I think I might just take combo. Because particularly if we're going to be trying taking out a bunch of them at once. Once again to the ramparts. So I could drop down from up there to try and get that amethyst, but I don't think it's worth it. It's so weird that this guy's arm is constantly on fire, but I can still do burn damage. That's how you use an elevator. I'm just gonna hop across the Black Bridge. What I might do on my next one is try and like take things a bit slower. Well, who's here? Starts out with a bit more money. Should probably finish getting that whip. because I don't have a friend with me this time, which is a shame. But hopefully I should just be able to very aggressively burn him to death. That was a really fantastic start. Good job. Damn it. I think I could have won that if I'd just gone in for the kill instead of trying to heal. Here we are again. It's a good start. Hey, no. No, no, no. So mean. I thought it was like, oh, they were like, oh, you did badly on your last one, don't worry, we'll make it a bit easier for you this time. Don't lose hope. And it's just like, no, actually, we hate you. it. $45 and burning. Someone's groaning on the other side. No answer. Get out of here, you freak. Leave me alone. Oh, thank you for that. Head through to Promenade of Condemned. I think we can get to... Can we get the Arboretum through here, or was that through the last area? Let's get that one split. And a grenade. I really need to get better at like memorizing the routes here, because I think at like certain points it is gonna link together, but I don't want to just keep doing the same bits over and over again. So the Scarecrow enemies do a really fun and cool thing where what they do is they put a shield over other enemies. So it's kind of, you have to take them out first. I mean, shield isn't constant, so like technically you don't, but it's just significantly easier. Except sometimes when you're like, oh, I've got this, I'll take care of that Scarecrow, you get mauled by all the enemies it's defending and get killed. Not entirely unlike this situation. It always feels kind of insulting when you get injured by like very low level enemies. Ooh, what we got? Cleaver. Now we need to not die. I'm not sure why the shop's sometimes like seriously out of the way. It's like, ooh, what could be down here? It's like, it's a shop and it doesn't even have anything very interesting. It's even as good. I'll take light speed over the grenade. Gardener's key, which isn't super useful to us because we've already unlocked what it unlocks. which was this tower. I think there's another area you can use them in, but I'm not quite sure on that yet. Hello. I'm playing on PC. Just on sort of normal mode for now. Haven't gotten to any yet. I'm still like quite early in the game. Mm. Okay, 300 damage on enemies, 300 damage taken. If I take that, I'm going to die very quickly, but also that's very fun. Gonna take a point in survival. No. Where are you from? Oh, okay. I really haven't been using shields very much yet. I'm not very good at parrying, so I'm just like avoiding using them, but I should probably give them more of a try. Okay. So yeah, probably worth getting used to those before I need them. Oof. Okay, let's even be. Yeah, I've had some fun with the electric whip. Might need to trade in the Assassin's Dagger, because at this point I'm pretty sure the Concierge is going to be able to one-shot me. Morass of the Banished. Morass? I'm not entirely sure what that even is. Oh, that completely reforges that, huh? Yeah, I've made that mistake a few times already. It's just every time I get cocky, it's like, oh, it's fine. I just immediately get wrecked. Ah, yeah, that's a good call. Thank you. Oh, I've remembered what level this is. Ooh, I got a Patring. What was the Patring I got? Oh, thank you for the follow, Arctic Fox. Oh, I'm not surviving this level. I mean, I beat giant tick box at the start, boss at the start, and I'm proud of that at least. Because I hate those guys. Yeah, like I haven't even got the shield randomizer working yet. just want to go that way. Ba ba da ba. Tool soldiers. Anyone who fails to obey the king's orders will be hanged on the spot. Right, well, at least it's clear. Small translation to just spent all my money on a mushroom boy, but I love him. So I'm not condemned. Not necessarily where I'm thinking of going. Go to death by spikes. The dilapidated arboretum. So I think probably one of the things I want to do is get like a decent long range weapon. Does it count as melee? I assume so. Okay. Is it just like generally if it's purple it's range, if it's red it's melee? Yeah, so I think there's like a little bit of a delay on the chat. No. Okay. This is meant to be like wine. Are they just being real fancy here? Hey, no, you can't hit me twice. That's not fair. Only I am allowed to smack people multiple times. No, thank you. I do not want to deal with another eater. That was very close. Those. take two. Let's try and not mess up as much this time. Let's swap that out for the barnacle, because I think it'll be good against those big tick boxes. Support. Yeah, that's a good idea. Since I'm going to have my Mushroom Boy and go dropping cleavers a lot. Okay, significantly less of a fuck up that time. Oh. Hey, come here. Come on, closer. Okay, so probably those can just hit me through the ceiling. the lever. This looks sinister. A new disciple. Sure, sure. Welcome to our humble chapel, brother. Are you ready to make a sacrifice? Words are meaningless. Only sacrifice is important. Mama, protect this lost child. Are you really faithful? Vaguely religious, these symbols seem to evoke a holy maternal figure. And a strange exhortation to consume wine? How do I make a sacrifice? Bro, I want to make a sacrifice. A sacrifice. Sacrifice has been accepted. Mama has blessed you. A miracle. Oh, I've got the blessing, but I've full on lost that item. Okay. In which case, I'm gonna go back and get that crossbow. I sold the crossbow. I can't pick it back up. I am a fool. Okay, let's find out what the nest holds for us. I haven't made this far yet. We don't have anything, enough points to get anything that's going to help us here. Get a quick bow, but no, the freezing kind of worked out for us last time. Let's get random starter shield if we want to get good at shields. I guess that makes sense if we're not using any melee attacks. Okay, so this is a fun area. I'm gonna have to fight something, can't I? If it's a spider, I'm not going to be happy. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Well, that was an easy level. If I hadn't made the sacrifice, I would have had to fight. I think you'll find I did get through that without any damage. Focus on getting dead. That's 20. Ooh, the graveyard. No, I'm not going to Still Village. I hate Still Village. Graveyard sounds much more fun. Let me get up there. Okay, no, I just saw there was some spikes. Maybe that isn't a fun bonus area. Digging music. What the fuck are you? Get wrecked. Oh, this is the same kind of like crossing thing. Oh, let's take off chat, thank you. What are you counting as little bouncy friends? The rats? Nope, they are very infected rats. I think I'm not gonna commit grave robbery today. Don't care for that. Please stop it. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is of the same keyroom structure. No, no more. Okay, that was a good run. We got to see some new places. We got killed by a whole new enemy, so that's fun. Okay, I think I have time for one more run. And this time we're gonna speedrun it. You may think that someone not very good at this game shouldn't be able to speedrun it, and to be honest, kinda can't. So I did beat that level in 19 seconds. We're just running. I don't know what skills are best for just running like hell. Let's take Yugda. My plan is essentially to get through these 2 levels fast enough that I can get enough enough cells to unlock the shield randomizer. More rats. I don't think this is a way to get to another area. Yes! Oh, I do love the explosive crossbow. But we don't have time to blow shit up, we gotta run. Gotta do a lot of running, apparently. Is that anything? No, it's just a torch that's kind of stuck in the wall. Ooh, this is new. The tombstone dropped from the ceiling and damn it. I recognise his hand. The poor guy could not escape fate. His lair became his tomb. So, for those who didn't see it, this is a guy who gave us a hint on where to find a rune that would let us teleport, and we took the rune instead of giving it back, and instead of being like sensible and being like, well, guess that means I wasn't meant to have it, went and got himself killed, didn't he? I don't know if we even made a time for that. I feel like we were running around that long. Okay, it's 8 minutes, 5 minutes. I think we've had it. Okay, so now we can start learning how to use shields properly. So I'm not sure what it is for the next section, but I think it's if you can beat Concierge in 15 minutes, you get that prize. Not 100% sure if I'll be able to make that or not, but worth try. And I'm at 3 minutes. It's not going to take me 12 minutes to do the rampants. It might take me a little longer to beat him because it's not well spec'd. No killing me, thank you. How are you still following me? Just keep moving. Following me. I don't really want any of that. Do a teleporter here. You want just up there. hurting me, please. I do not want to die here. Rip. Well, we got enough to get the shield randomizer, which is what we're aiming for. Unfortunately, I do not think we have enough time to do another run tonight. Let's watch our boy reform. Thank you all so much for joining. I will hopefully next be streaming at the same time on Tuesday. And until then, I hope you all take care of yourselves. Good night. No problem. Goodbye.